here at the Leith Wheeler Stanley Park Open is the Chief Executive Officer of Tennis BC, Mark Roberts, who joins us here smack dab in the middle of exactly where you'd expect him to be, the Stanley Park Brewing Beer Garden, early on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Thanks for having me on.
Now, we don't have the beer flowing yet, but it is going to be coming, right?
Yeah, this is a spectacular brewery for anybody who comes down to see it. It's not quite open yet. I'm not exactly certain of the date, but it's imminent, and it's going to make a huge addition to the park here. We're really thrilled that they're opening. It just gives our fans another opportunity to do something fun down in Stanley Park.
Talk about new additions. You've really reshaped and refashioned the Stanley Park Open, not only with the Stanley Park Open, the Stanley Park Brewing Beer Garden, but just the layout of the courts, Leith Wheeler coming on board, Leith Wheeler Investment Council coming on board as a title partner, a lot of sub-partners that you have for your junior championships and your other events. Basically, where do you go from here? There's been real growth these past 4 years. This is the 4th year with Leith Wheeler on board. Where do you go from here?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, we already believe it's the largest tennis tournament in the world. It runs 17 days. The majors run 14. So we're already claiming the largest tennis tournament in the world. We've got 1,400 participants. So we're almost jam-packed from that period of time. I don't think we could go any longer or we'd all be dead. It's a huge job to run this event for that long.
We don't want that.
No, but you know, the quality of play is where we're at now, which is to try to get more and more players playing the sport at a high level. But the great thing about this event, it's also a first event for many, many players. We bill it as the Everyday Champion event. So it's a broad event. Branding it is obviously a really important piece of what we're trying to do. Leith Wheeler's been a great partner with us, and eventually what we'd like to do is get the open event even bigger, maybe to even parallel the Vancouver and the Odlum Brown event, and just try to raise the quality of play.
How much stability, how much calming influence does it have on you as CEO and your management team at Tennis BC and your tournament organizing team when you have a long-term committed partner like Leith Wheeler as the title sponsor?
Well, it's everything. You know, we don't have to scramble every year. They provide us the funding to allow us to have a great event, but more importantly, they're active. We did an event with them Thursday night where all their staff came down. We had a big barbecue. We got on the court with them. We hit tennis balls with them. We had some fun, and so they're a committed tennis sponsor, not just a sponsor, and we like it. They're active. They're John Palfrey, one of their significant partners, is going to be playing at a Pro-Am event. He's an avid tennis player, so it's great to have a partner that really loves tennis.
When you talk about tennis, the growth in British Columbia, per capita, more people are playing tennis here in BC than any other subnational jurisdiction in North America. There's a real renaissance, a real power to the game at the high performance level with, of course, Denis Shapovalov, Milos Raonic, who's in the 4th round at Wimbledon, Felix Auger-Aliassime, disappointing yesterday, but wow, a lot of people are viewing him as the next big thing. You've got Bianca Andreescu, Jeannie Bouchard, still obviously drawing a lot of attention, you know, given her celebrity power. What have you seen at the provincial level and at the grassroots level as a result of all that Canadian success, including Vasek Pospisil, at the international level?
Right. Well, there's never been a better time to be a tennis player in Canada. I think what we're seeing with that is that they're expanding beyond the avid tennis fan. The average person who's interested in tennis or slightly interested is now more interested. The better those results are, and one of those players that you mentioned on men's or women's is going to break through eventually. Just the interest of the sport in general has broadened the fan base, and more people are playing tennis in Vancouver and in across the province. And you know, our adults in particular, our seniors players are the most active in the country. So it also helps the city of Vancouver and the park board and many other jurisdictions have so many public courts where people can just go out and play for free. So we're working closely with those groups to try to put more organized play out there so people can learn to play, don't have to join a club.
Now, when you have a strong Leith Wheeler Stanley Park Open, this is the 88th edition, when you have a strong Odlum Brown Van Open, it gives you such a strong 1-2 punch in the summer months. What does it do to help you spread the word in terms of how accessible municipal courts are throughout urban British Columbia. What does it do for you to promote kids tennis throughout BC?
Well, I think just having the opportunity to watch some of these players really inspires people. I mean, we've got a couple of 9-year-olds and 10-year-olds out here right now in an invitational event. They're spectacular tennis players. So if parents bring their kids to see that, it gets them interested in the sport. In a week, we have the Davis Trading ITF, which again is some of the best tennis players in the world from a junior perspective. So, you know, just getting people out to watch tennis inspires them to go play tennis.
What is your message to sports fans who maybe haven't had a chance to come out to the Leith Wheeler Stanley Park Open? Why come down to Stanley Park over these next 17 days?
That's a great question. There's so many events that go on at this time of year in Vancouver, so you've got to pick and choose. But, you know, this is a free event, and that's the most important thing that I can stress is you don't have to pay to come and watch some of the best players in the country and some of these up-and-coming juniors in the world to come and watch them play great tennis. We've got the men's and women's open, which again are some of the best players in the country. We've got the #1 player in the world in over 35s who will be playing in the open. It's Henry Choi from Richmond. So we just got spectacular tennis, and of course people can come and watch their friends who are playing maybe their first tournament ever, and there's nothing intimidating about this place. There's no fancy etiquette. It's just a public court tennis tournament that has great players and first-time players, and it's a fun event.
Now, you've also got your 4th annual Pro-Am that's coming up. Now, that's one of the highlights for me. Two summers ago, was able to make it all the way to the final before losing to Dave Tomlinson and his pro partner. That has also helped sort of create a bit of additional buzz in media circles for you.
Absolutely. It's a big partnership with us and TSN to have them out and to broadcast during this day and next week, and the Pro-Am is just a fun way to connect some of our great local pros. I think Philip Bester's coming up from California to play in it this year, which is great, and have some fun out there, a couple of hours of round robin type play. You know, it just promotes the event. It's another reason to come down and have fun and hopefully have a beer in our beer garden and watch some great amateurs and professionals play together.
Well, congratulations to you and the entire Tennis BC team for what you've done with the Leith Wheeler Stanley Park Open. Mark, thanks for having us out here today, and good luck over these next couple of weeks.
Thanks very much, Tom. Really appreciate it.
He is Mark Roberts, the Chief Executive Officer of Tennis BC, and we're coming to you from smack dab in the middle of the Stanley Park Brewing Beer Garden, which is courtside, center courtside, here at the 88th presentation of the Leith Wheeler Stanley Park Open. All kinds of stuff, and literally, this is sort of tennis at a glance. You've got kids as young as 8, 9, and 10 playing. You've got seniors playing. You've got open category. You've got high performance junior category. You've literally got it all here at Stanley Park. And if there's an urban oasis more beautiful than Stanley Park anywhere in North America, I'm not sure what it is. Next up,